Greetings once again. So now we're talking about the final so-called bit of evidence or proof um, that the presumption I'm building that Jesus was a real person and not just a literary character, even though most of what I have to say it doesn't depend on Jesus having to be a real person. Many characters in a lot of different books, they're alive and well. They're alive in your imagination. They can be alive in your heart. They can be a real, living, breathing person in terms of the nature of the character, the things that the character said. You know how when you get into a book and you're reading a story, you get swept away by it. You get inside of it and you place yourself inside of the story, and if you like the character, it inspires you. It's like, okay, you're going to feel that. And sometimes these inspiring characters in just some random fictional book that you might have read, that can inspire you to take a step in your life, to do something fantastic, and you accomplish something great, and that's all good. So in a sense, a literary character can be just as alive and just as real as a biographical figure. So there you go. So now, but the other reason that I presume that Jesus was not just some literary character is that the testimony of, I suppose, millions of people is very uniform, and it's throughout all of the ages. I mean, we're talking about like right around that time of 50, 60, 70 AD, 100 AD, 200 AD, 500 AD, 1300 AD, 15, 16, 1700, and like right now, where people are kind of like hung out to dry on planet Earth. They're sort of feeling kind of like empty and sort of done, and then something happens in their life. It's a transforming experience, and that whether it's not for you to believe this, that's not the point of me saying this. It's just that this is what other people have to say, and that this experience that they have is uniform, which is extraordinary, throughout all of the ages. That is to say, since around 30 to 50 AD until the present time. Uh, not only in the different eras and epochs, but also in different locales all over the world, different cultures, the whole thing. So to have the same experience uh, with all these like radically different contexts and customs and cultures and languages and races and eras is pretty extraordinary. And that is that their testimony is that there's some spiritual thing that happens to them that's an existential sort of thing. It's not something they imagined in their they cooked up in their mind. They didn't open a book and like, oh, well, we're all reading the same book, therefore we're having the same experience. No, the testimony is that there's a transforming existential spiritual presence, some kind of power or something that that runs into their life, that intersects with their life, and it truly uh, uh, transforms them from within. So they feel the strength and the encouragement, satisfaction. They're thinking more clearly, making better decisions. They have the strength to deal with the weirdness of planet Earth, and so many other like benefits. So whether or not that's all true or not, I'm not trying to tell you that it is. It's just that this is the uniform testimony. So if so many people have a similar testimony, and I'm talking about millions and millions of people throughout over two span of 2,000 years, uh, from different cultures, races, creeds, and religious backgrounds, that's an extraordinary testimony. And that's another a critical detail that generally supports that it's highly probable that it's a fictional character couldn't actually pull that off. So that it's probable then that based on that testimony that Jesus was more than likely a real person and he wasn't some sort of a fictional character only. So on that basis, I'll just continue and I'll move on with the next parts.